Hello, Utica family. This has been a heavy week in the life of our nation and our denomination. I'm sure all of you by now know about the mass shooting in Robb Elementary School in Texas, and our hearts are broken for those who lost life. Our prayers are with them. Many of you may not know about the report that was made public last Sunday afternoon outlining the gross mishandling of sexual abuse allegations within the Southern Baptist Convention over at least the last 20 years. The report was not an expose that somehow got leaked to the public. It was the direct result of the will of the messengers that gathered at the SBC annual meeting last summer in Nashville. Those messengers voted overwhelmingly to hire a third-party organization to conduct an investigation and to waive attorney-client privilege so that the truth could be exposed. The investigation has been completed, and quite frankly, the results were devastating. Reports of sexual abuse within SBC churches were systematically ignored over at least a period of 20 years by the highest levels of leadership within the Southern Baptist Convention. To make matters worse, the report indicates that those who received the reports also treated the alleged victims in a way that is absolutely unacceptable for followers of Christ. The investigation is done, but the work of the convention and each of her churches is just now beginning. We have to figure out how to move forward together. Without question, this is a time for grieving, for repentance and confession, for humility, and for seeking the forgiveness of those who have been hurt by our inaction as well as our action. Those steps will not always be easy steps, but they are steps that we must take. The South Carolina Baptist Convention instituted a task force last November in anticipation of this report, so as to make recommendations to the churches of this state in how we can do a better job in protecting the vulnerable and caring for the abused. Here at Utica, we will gladly receive those recommendations and will do everything within our power to make sure that we are moving forward in the right direction. We are very thankful for the policies and procedures that we already have in place. You may remember that we hosted a conference several years ago called Shepherding the Unsafe because we wanted to be ahead of the curve in this particular area. And we have lots of policies in place here at Utica to try to make sure that this is a safe environment. We run background checks for anyone who works with students or kids under the age of 18. And our staff has policies in place that we take very seriously to guard against future problems. But that doesn't mean that problems can't occur, and that doesn't mean that we can't still make improvements in the way we do things. And so we pledge to receive the recommendations of the state task force and to do everything in our power to make sure that Utica is a place that protects the vulnerable and cares for the abused. If you have any insights or concerns in this particular area, please don't hesitate to reach out to me personally. As followers of Jesus, it is our responsibility to care for those who are vulnerable, to take seriously allegations of sexual abuse, and to do everything we can to make sure that doesn't happen here. So we'll work hard toward that end.